Hey everybody, Kyle here, bringing you another Pokemon video. So, before we get into the match, I did want to say that I apologize for a couple things. The first one is, there's three actually. First one is, I'm sorry that I missed yesterday and didn't put out a video. No joke, I literally got in a exchange with a psychopath driving a Jeep who tried to start a fight with me. I ended up having to pull a knife, and the police got involved. It's a very long story. But long story short, I was a bit shaken up, and that night I forgot to post a video, and I'm very sorry. I'm very sorry. Second apology is I feel like my last video wasn't that great. I'm not going to take it down, because at this point I don't have that many videos up. I feel like it's good to keep it, but the fact that I was just complaining the whole time, I know that Hacks got me one game, and the second game I did something wrong that StrifeSack343 did point out to me, and I thank you for that, sir. But I do apologize. That last video was not a very good video. Space. Man, I was Kyle remix. Remix, space. No. Basically, it was just me being salty the whole time. Not fun to watch, at least I don't imagine. So I do apologize for that, guys. I will definitely not put out videos of that quality anymore. But the reason why I got so salty isn't necessarily because I lost 2 matches in a row against people of a lower bracket than me. Not by that much, I should admit. But this is the main 2 things. First, I've been realizing that the ranked system for singles I do not enjoy. I'm much better at 6v6 because when I design a team, I design the whole team to work good together, not for 3 of them to work good with just 3. So I've actually stopped playing ranked altogether. I hope you don't mind. I'm going to be doing mainly 6v6s from now on. I've been projecting for all to see 6v6 no legends challenge me, and so I'm getting lots of 6v6 challenges. The third one, and the final apology I need to make, is I kept mentioning that I was working on a team that I felt was like brand new, no one's ever done it before, and that's true. I am still working on that team. This Tentacruel is actually part of it that you're going to see me use in this match, but I've actually put that on the side in order to do a Sun team first, because I really like Sun teams, and I feel like other than the Mega Charizard Y with Chlorophyll Venusaur combo you see in ranked doubles, people don't really run Sun teams. It's mostly Trick Room teams and Rain teams, and then Good Stuff's teams, really. So I thought it'd be cool to make a Drought team, to play with it. It gives me a reason to try out make a Houndoom. I think it'll be a good time. But with that aside, let's go ahead and jump into this match. This match was against just a random passerby named Toonlink. He challenged me while I was in the middle of actually playing a ranked match. Because even though I don't feel like playing ranked anymore, it's a good way for me to warm up, is to get into ranked and just kind of mess around. I am still using my old team because I haven't finished my Sun team yet, and this team is still a good team. I still really like this team. It's a very bulky team with Tentacruel, Superior, and Magneton in there, but it has a good balance because I also have the offense of the Starmie, the Garchomp, and the Staraptor. So this team is really good. I love it. Looking at my opponent's team, I really like that Pidgeot. That is what I like to see. Pokemon that are not that common. I've only ever fought one other Pidgeot before. You're actually going to see it in my next 6v6. I've already played 2. And then the rest of his Pokemon are okay. I've been seeing Snorlax popping up a lot. Salamence. Now looking at his team, I was kind of fearing the Charizard X. Because I didn't see any Drought combo going on there. Unless he was running like a Fire move on Salamence. I mean, his team just doesn't look like a Sun team, so I figured there's a good chance it's the Charizard X. I won't spoil which one it is, but I did go into the match expecting Charizard X. And yeah, so his team is pretty straightforward. Now this is what I say is the downside of having a common team, is you're going to see during the match, him having common Pokemon, I knew how to play around them, and that does give me an advantage going in. Not that my Pokemon are super uncommon, but I mean, compared to his Pokemon, other than Garchomp, you really don't see the rest of my Pokemon that much. So it makes it harder for people to play around me. So I'm going to go ahead and start the match here. We're going to jump into it. Now, I expected him to possibly lead off with anything but Greninja. I mean, wow. What am I saying? I expected him to lead off with Greninja. That's what I meant to say. So I opened up Esquire, because I figured I could hit him with that Giga Drain that could take a hit. But he actually starts off Pidgeot. I do withdraw Esquire because I'm not a physical tank. I expect Pidgeot to be physical. I'm not sure if it is. He does go for Hurricane, so that tells me it's probably not special. Now this is Hurricane again. I'm surprised he stayed in against Magneton, but you know what? If that's what he wants to do. Now at this point, I thought maybe he was choiced, and that's why he went ahead and stuck with Hurricane. So I go ahead and I paralyze him, hoping to get some Parahex later on, and then I'm going to go ahead and go for the Volt Switch. Now this does hit him, but he doesn't go down. I was actually really surprised by how bulky Pidgeot is. Now for sure he'd go down to that, and I withdraw him, and I figure he's... now at this point I thought he was choiced into Hurricane, so I do go ahead and send out my F-Zero to finish him off. Now he's not stuck in a Hurricane, as we're about to see. He actually is going to go for Rain Dance here, and I went, wait a second, Rain Dance? That's not a Rain team? So I don't know what this team is right now at this point in time. I was like, Rain Dance, okay, this is very interesting. It has to be a Mega Charizard X now. Go ahead and go for the Steel Wings. I figured, it's a fun move, and I had a chance to use it. Pidgeot is going to go down. Next, he sends in his Roar, which is actually his Raichu. Now, it was way too obvious to go for Thunder here with the Rain up, so I went ahead and I withdrew my Staraptor, and I went into LaFonda, or Garchomp, as we all call her, knowing very well that Thunder was almost guaranteed. It's not going to affect me, obviously. Now, I do go for the Rock Slide here, expecting him to go into maybe Charizard or something else that flies because I thought he would expect me to go for Earthquake and then would go into Salamence or Charizard, so I went for Rock Slide. I was wrong, but I'm not upset with Rock Slide's damage on this Greninja. It's very, very good. But he did make it a little too obvious. Oh, sorry, I went a little far ahead. And there you go. See, that's great damage. Now, he made it too obvious he wanted to go for Ice Beam, so I believe actually going to Misty here. I do, yes. I actually go into Misty here knowing that I can revenge kill him, but he ends up being physical. But my defenses aren't that good either way. But even in the rain, that is not going to do very much damage. Not too worried about that. Rain is going to end. I go for Thunderbolt, and that'll be the end of Ribbit, the Greninja. He is going to go down. So at this point, I'm sitting at a pretty good lead, right? I'm okay. I got 2 down. I'm up 2, basically. So I'm feeling pretty confident. Some HP is going to go down. Make sure this cat doesn't pull down my DS. In comes Raichu. Now again, the Thunderbolt is just way too obvious here. So I believe going to Magneton? Yeah, I go back into Tinker to take that Thunderbolt. He does go for, he has a Thunder and the Thunderbolt, which I think is kind of cool. Because he has a Thunder for when it's raining and a Thunderbolt for when it's not. That's pretty legit. Now he has a Focus Splash I didn't expect. I went for the Toxic. Now at this point, I was like, okay, I gotta switch out. Because I don't want to be taking a Focus Blast. I believe I go into... What do I go into here? I actually don't remember what I go into here. I want to say I go into... No, I go into F-Zero, because I know he'll resist the Focus Blast. I do get the Intimidate, but that doesn't matter, because he's a special. Focus Blast is coming in. It's going to hit me, and you're going to see how much damage it does. Now, it does great damage, but it's a crit. So, I got to say, I was not upset with that switch in. Now, I went ahead and I was trying to bait the Thunder, so I went for the U-turn here, hoping that I could bait a Thunderbolt out of him. And I believe I switched right back into Tinker, just to mess with his head. So I go back into Tinker here, but sure enough, he actually goes to the Focus Blast one more time, as we're about to see, but he misses again. So Tinker dodging a bullet a couple times, because... Even though, yeah, because I'm pretty sure that would have taken me down, because I'm not specially defensive. I do have the Eviolite though, but I'm not sure. I think that might have one-shot me. I went Esquire here, realizing there's nothing he can do to me. He's going to go down to Poison anyway, so it gives me a chance to maybe try to set up. I was actually hoping he would live with a tiny bit of HP, and then I could set up a Calm Mind, but he actually is going to go down for the Poison, to the Poison at the end of this turn. So sadly, that is Raichu down and out of the way. Who does he go into next? I believe he's going to go into a Salamence here. Yes, Salamence. Now, this Salamence did scare me, so I figured he'd be packing the Fire Blast. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out my Esquire and go into Crude. Oh, my Crude. That's my Tentacruel, who you haven't got to really meet yet. He's going to go for the Hone Claws, which I figured was fine. Now, my plan was to set up Toxic Spikes. But with him going for, now seeing he's physical, I wanted to at least try to get the Scald off to see if I could get a burn. Dragon Claw's going to take me down very low, but I am not going to die. Scald's going to go off. Let's cross my fingers for a burn, and I don't get it. So sadly, I don't. Pardon me. I'm trying to not get hiccups. So I went ahead and I pulled back my Tentacruel. Alright, Crude, you don't need to stand on a physical attacker. Go back into Tinker to take the Dragon Claw. Now, I was actually, at this point, just really curious what he was going to do. I thought maybe since he's physical, he wouldn't have Fire Blast. So I thought I would go for a Thunder Wave, but he does have the Earthquake, which I definitely should have known. I did not think about it. Tinker's down. That crit did not matter. That crit definitely did not matter. Now I'm going to go into Misty here, hoping outspeed. I'm pretty sure I do. Go for Ice Beam, and that is going to take him out. So you'll know he's 4 times weak, and I'm running Life Orb, so that's definitely going to be Salamence down. Now at this point, really, I'm in an amazing spot. He's got, I think, 2 Pokemon left. He's got this Charizard, and he's got, what else does he have? What else does he have? Okay, well, I don't remember. I don't know. Well, I went ahead and I went into, I went into Esquire here, because I figured he was going to go for Solar Beam. Sure enough, he did. And also, just in case you're wondering, the reason why I switched him in, even though I thought he was Charizard X the whole time, which he ended up not being, was because I figured even if he's Charizard X, at this point in time, Esquire is the Pokemon I need the least on my team, so it's okay if he goes down in order for me to get a scout on what Charizard he's running. He is running Y though, which is great for me. Now expecting the Heat Wave or the Flamethrower, just the fire move in general, I am now going to go into Garchomp, because I know for a fact that Garchomp or LaFonda can take that hit like a champ, being resistant to it. Sure enough, Fire Blast is going to come in, and even in the sun, me being resistant to it is not going to do that much damage, so I'm not too worried about it. I go ahead and go for the Rock Slide here. I am going to get the hit, and that is going to be Charizard off the field. Nothing survives that. Well, no Charizard will survive that, unless maybe it's X. I'm sure X could actually survive that. And now he's into his last Pokemon here, which I believe is actually Grand Fatty. Oh, that's right, it's his Snorlax. So I'm literally just down one Pokemon right now. It's 5 versus 1. This match is already in the bag at this point. I figured I would just do a Dragon Claw for stab damage. Body Slam is going to come in and is not going to kill me. So get me down very, very low, but LaFonda is going to live that. Go for the Earthquake just because I love that animation. Make a Garchomp so cool. And that's Grand Fatty down. And there we go. Now before you think, wow, you're a pretty good player. Thank you, first of all. I do, before I get into the part where I talk bad about myself, I do want to say that I think 6v6 is a lot more of my thing. I always knew singles was, but I think 6v6 is a lot better for me. I think I'm a lot better at it. Just because, like I said, I can use my whole team. Now, looking at Toonlink, his team isn't bad. But I don't know, it's like it wants to be a Sun team and it wants to be a Rain team. Now this might be a team that he takes with him when he plays Ranked, and therefore he has the option to go Rain or Sun, and just together they don't have that synergy. My team doesn't have any synergy though either, it's just a Good Stuffs team. So I can't say anything bad about that. It's kind of cool to have both weather options, I think. He can use the, you know what I'm saying, he can use both. I think it's kind of cool, so I can't talk bad about that at all. That's the kind of thing I would try. But I gotta say, I'm really happy how that match went. Now this is the bad news for me. So Azuz / Strife Zach343 that we both know I played against, he was the very first viewer battle that I did. We did do a rematch, but I'm not putting up the video because both of us actually forgot to save the replay. But I'm still going to say it so you guys are up to date on the score between us. I am now 0-2 against him. I actually got completely swept. I forfeited 3 Pokemon, 3 versus 6, because he sent out an Aegislash with Weakness Policy. I triggered the Weakness Policy the same turn that he did a Swords Dance, and he literally was so bulky and powerful, or not bulky, he was so physically offensive and powerful that his priority Shadow Sneak was literally killing everything in one shot, period. And there was no way I was going to take that match. I also had just played another 6v6 right before he challenged me. I was really tired, and I figured, you know what, he's going to win. Normally I don't like to forfeit, so Azuz, when you're watching this, I do apologize for forfeiting and not letting you get the full victory. You still won. Obviously, you know that I forfeit, but I was just really tired, and I kind of want to go to bed. So I'm sorry that I forfeit, but we knew you were going to win, so I went ahead and I let you get that victory. Or, sorry, wow. I didn't let you get it, but I mean, I forfeit and just, you know, like I just gave it to you early. So I knew you were getting it anyways. I did not let you. You earned it. So, again, guys, right now, Azuz is definitely my rival. He is the Gary to my Ash. He's not even Gary at this point. Like, if I'm Ash, which I really hope I'm not. I really don't want to be Ash. Nothing against the main character, but he's not the best character there's ever been, right? But just saying, if I was Ash, I don't think Azuz is Gary, actually. I think Azuz is like Lance. Like Azuz is like Cynthia. Azuz is like the dude. He's like the dude, right? So as of right now, my challenge for myself is I have to beat Azuz one time. Okay, this is how it works in my mind. It doesn't matter how many times I lose to Azuz. If I beat him one time, I win. I win. I can quit Pokemon. I can sell my DS. I can go retire on an island, and I can just win. I win life at that point. No, I would never stop playing Pokemon. But yeah, guys. So thank you for watching this video. Again, I am so sorry that I missed yesterday and that I was so salty in my last video. I know it was very unprofessional, probably very unexciting. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I am so glad I'm back into Pokemon right now. The Sun team is almost done. I literally have put 13 hours into breeding them / raising and EV training them, and they're still not done. I'm putting a lot of work into this team, so I have high hopes that they're going to be good. The very first build I come out with probably won't be the solid build. It might change around because there's a lot of Sun viable Pokemon. So we'll see how it goes. But alright guys, I'm going to end this video here. Again, thank you so much for watching. I love talking to you guys, so please leave a comment. Just let me know, what you think about the battle, things you saw that I could try differently, maybe some tips for my opponent, if he somehow happens to watch this, though I doubt it. And ooh, this wasn't a viewer, so what am I going to call this? I think I'll call this like a passing challenge, because it was a passerby. So this will be the first episode of a passing challenge against Toonlink, and it was a good start to the series. But alright guys, I will catch you next time on the next Pokemon video battle extravaganza, family fun time, crazy, yay!